Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursaleen, Sayyidina wa Nabiyyina wa Maulana Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, wa ba'd. So my topic is the dilemma, actually it's Muslim dilemma in the utilization of extraordinary means to sustain human life. Now, we are born into this world, and yet no one knows our lifespan, our financial means, the diseases we would succumb to, how and when we will make our exit from this world. And we have the hadith, and hadith of our brother Yusuf Amir also mentioned that hadith. Sorry. Allah has appointed an angel, but it's known to Allah. So all this is known to Allah, but not to anyone else. Allah has appointed an angel in charge of the womb, and the angel says, "Oh Lord, is it a sperm drop? Oh Lord, it is now a clot. Oh Lord, it is now a piece of flesh." Then Allah wills to complete His creation. The angel asks, "Oh Lord, will it be a male or female, wretched, an evildoer, or blessed, doer of good? How much will his provisions be? How long will he live?" And that is written while the fetus is still in his mother's womb. So we have a Quranic imperative here, and that is about, in Arabic is, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فمن أحياها فكأنما أحيا الناس جميعا. Whoever saves a life, it is as though he has saved the lives of all humankind. So this is an imperative, and we have to look at it whether it binds us actually to go to extreme lengths to be able to preserve human life. All right, now we have a hadith here about treatment. The Bedouin Arabs came to the Prophet ﷺ and said, "O Messenger of Allah, should we treat ourselves?" He replied, "Yes, O servants of Allah. You must treat yourself, for verily Allah has not created a disease without providing a cure for it, except for one disease." They asked him, "Which one?" He replied, "Old age." So the ethical legal concerns are ordinary versus extraordinary medical treatment for a person in any given situation. Should a Muslim family members put all their financial resources in jeopardy by going to the extent of saving the lives of their dear ones? Medical treatment in the context of Islamic medical jurisprudence, is it obligatory to be treated, or suspension of treatment? Can a Muslim opt to stop all medication and refuse treatment in any form for what he or she is suffering from? Now, what is ordinary means of treatment? Ordinary means normal medical practices to keep people alive are routine medications for different medical conditions, surgeries for certain medical conditions. So in summary, ordinary means reasonable hope of benefit success, not overtly burdensome, does not present an excessive risk, and are financially manageable. Extraordinary means, on the other hand, would be interventions that are often experimental, that tend to prolong life, but ajal, the Quranic word ajal, is determined by Allah. Means that do not offer a reasonable hope of benefit, or that create an excessive burden either to the patient or on the resources of family members. So the summary: extraordinary means no reasonable hope of benefit success, overtly burdensome, excessive risk, and are not financially manageable. So the legal views of treatment, so we have the schools of law here, is permissibility or ibaha of seeking treatment is held by a majority of scholars, Hanafi, Maliki, and Hanbali schools of Islamic jurisprudence. The Hanafi scholars like Imam al-Kasani and Shafi school of jurisprudence regard medical treatment as mustahab, recommended, and mandub. permissible. The Maliki school of jurisprudence considers it makruh, dislike, if the treatment is yet to be discovered in experimental stage. Those who consider medical treatment as wajib, obligatory, comprise two groups. Hanbali school of jurisprudence considers it absolutely obligatory. Some scholars of Shafi school of jurisprudence are of the view that it is obligatory if a person knows that you will not survive without medical intervention. So the right to refuse treatment, can a Muslim refuse medication treatment if no benefit will accrue? And there's a hadith during the last stages of the Prophet ﷺ, when they were forcing medicine in his mouth. Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala was there, and then the Prophet ﷺ, did I not forbid you to put medicine by force in the side of my mouth? So suspension of treatment, the late Sheikh Yusuf al-Qardawi, who left us about a week ago, may Allah have mercy on his soul, says, as for the suspension of medical treatment via prevention, the patient from his due medication, which is, from a medical perspective, thought to be useless. This is permissible, and sometimes it is even recommended. Thus, the physician can do this for the sake of the patient's comfort and the relief of his family. Nothing is wrong with this. Over costly treatment, for example, the renal dialysis, we have the Sheikh Ibn Uthaymin in Majmu' al-Fatawa, while answering the question, is it permissible to give zakah to those who are suffering from kidney failure? Response, a person's need for medical treatment is a real need. So if we find someone who needs medical treatment but does not have enough money to pay for treatment, there's nothing wrong with giving zakah to him, because the aim of zakah is to meet people's needs. Apply to all extraordinary means to sustain life. So whatever this view is, it will apply to all. But can a family put all the family resources to sustain the life of their loved one if they cannot receive any donation? So we have the Maqasid Sharia, Hifzul Mal, preservation of wealth. So we cannot, leave the family in destitute to become destitute just to preserve the life of one member of the family. And al-maslaha, like Sheikh Al-Badran told us yesterday, general interest to take precedence over private interest. Can you do this? Stuck here. Okay. All right. Then we have switching off the ventilator, using life-sustaining medical equipment with patients, no hope to recover, and without any progress made on restoring their health becomes extraordinary precisely when the patients are clinically dead, and qualifies such a decision with expert advice taken from physicians. Here I've quoted to, contemporary people. We have all this in the different fatwa or majmu'at or qararat of the different schools of Islamic in every part of the world, in Kuwait, in Saudi Arabia, and so on. But I just quoted this here. Muzammil Siddiqui of the Fiqh Council of North America supports stopping treatment when a patient is in terminal condition with no hope of recovery, and switching off the life support machine with due consultation and care when expert advice from medical experts determine so. And then the Islamic Medical Association of North America supports discontinuing life support except nutrition, hydration, when a patient is in a vegetative state. And DNR on the issue of resuscitation, Standing Committee for Arabic Research, for Academic Research, and issuing fatwas, Fatwa Lajnatul Daima, and those do not resuscitate in several cases, including when the patient's condition is not fit for resuscitation, when the patient's sickness is chronic and untreatable, and death is inevitable. If the patient is incapacitated or is in a persistent vegetative state and chronically ill, or in the case of cancer in its advanced stages, or chronic heart and lung disease, with repeated stoppages of heart and lungs. If there is indication in the patient of brain injury that cannot be treated, and if relieving the heart and lungs and is of no benefit and not appropriate because of certain situation. So most of these cases are conditioned with expert advice, 3 trustworthy specialists. So the maqasidu sharia here, la darara wa la dirar, so no harm and reciprocal of harm to allow death to take its natural course. The conclusion, Islamic medical jurisprudential rulings on treatment is permissible, recommended, and obligatory only if medical intervention will, for example, if patient is bleeding profusely, it is obligatory to rush the patient to casualty. Muslims have the right to refuse and suspend treatment. Over costly treatment, zakah can be sought for that, but not the obligation to put family resources to save the life of one of their members. Switching off the ventilator, permissible if brain stem dead, certified by independent 3 trustworthy physicians. And the DNR, permissible to allow death to take its natural course. And wallahu alam, shukran, assalamu alaikum.